Hi everyone, welcome back. Got another single night out in the woods tonight. It's a beautiful area, as you can see. This is my usual patch. I'm not going anywhere different. But as you've seen from the opening pan around, it's beautiful at the moment. I mean, it's absolutely blanketed with bluebells all over the place. There you go, Sarge. There's the baby. Really appreciate that, buddy. I'll tell you, I can't tell you how it feels more comfortable. There's no doubt about it. It just feels more comfortable on. So she's out for her first real outing. Haven't brought much with me for tonight. I know it looks pretty packed out, but I've got the sleeping bag fairly loose in there. I'm going with the hammock and DD 3x3 multicam tarp, and I've just got my hammock chair to relax in this evening. Got my book, a bit of food, and that's about it. Just another night in the woods. Gonna find myself a little spot. Light's fading pretty quickly. It's gone about 7:30 now. So I don't know how much time I'm gonna get to show you around camp and all that. Got a fair walk to go yet. So I might well just get set up and then show you around then. Well, I found a nice little spot here. On first arrival, it looks pretty good. It's quite open, but with plenty of vegetation around for concealing myself. Although I've got permission to be in here, there are dog walkers that come in every once in a while. Probably won't be at this time because the light's fading a bit, and I'll be up and moving before anybody really comes in here. But I was going to go from that tree there across to this tree here, but of course you've always got to be mindful of the trees you're hooking up to and the potential consequences of it. Now, you can't see that very well, but there's a lot of dead branches, this one here particularly. That's not going to be falling my way necessarily, but there's quite a few up here that look as if they're a bit dubious. So I'm going to pass up on this site for obvious reasons. Don't want any rude awakenings during the night. So I think I've got another spot I'm going to go and check out. I'll get there and we'll have a little look, see what that was like. Morning, people. Another shot from the hammock. This time from inside the 10th Wonder Green Hornet with the bug net. So I didn't get to show you much of the camp last night. So I'll give you a little tour around the camp now. Let's give you a 360 first. Get the bug net up if I can. There we go. So basically, that's the view I'm waking up to this morning. I can hear a bit of traffic noise in the background. It's coming over from the bypass in one direction. And out the other side is a real beautiful view. How's that? It's not a bad little view to wake up to in the morning, is it? Can't grumble with that, really. Let's bring it back inside. Back to my ugly mug. So temperature down to about 7 degrees last night. Slept in my smock. Yeah. In the black bag from the US military sleep system. Fully clothed through the night. Not a bad night's sleep at all. So the road noise was a little bit much because I'm a little bit closer to the bypass direction than I usually am. But all in all, not too bad. So apologies for not showing you the setup last night, but by the time I got in at 7:30, got to the first possible site, got to a second possible site, eventually got here. You know, it's a pretty dark patch of woods, and just for a single night to go setting up torches and headlamps and flashlights and all that kind of business, it just would have taken me up to a ridiculous hour before getting something to eat and, you know, chilling out. And ultimately that's the point of it all, isn't it? Is to relax and enjoy yourself. It certainly is for me anyway. So you'll have to forgive the lack of camera activity from last night. And I'll just give you a little show around now. I'll jump up, get a coffee on the go, and just show you the area. First coffee of the morning. I go for one of the old 3-in-1s. I'm just using the there's my brew kit version 3.0. I'll have to do a little video on the current incarnation of the brew kit stroke cook kit. I'm just using the little Coleman C100 cartridges with the Vango ultralight stove. Cracking little stove, usually about 20 quid. I'll pick that up for 15 including delivery. Then I've got the Tatonka mug and the lid from the Gellert or Gellert Ascent 1. Thanks to Danny at Journey into Bushcraft for the heads up on the Gellert or Gellert cook set, because that fits perfectly into this old cheap Chinese knockoff of a pouch. I've removed the hobo stove kind of thing, and put the cook set in there because I carry the folding firebox usually, and actually that cartridge along with the stove also fits into this pack. Anyway, just before I do my coffee, just show you the camp quickly. No frills or anything like this. I'm just attached to one tree using an event knot. The tarps on a couple of sliding plastic loops, carabiners. I've literally just tied a corner off to that dead tree stump just down there. Don't know where you can see that. There we go. this corner is then tied down to just a stake which I had to knock up last night when I came in. Next corner is tied off just to the tree, and then nice and easy this other corner tied down to another stake. If I can find it. Another stake in the ground just down there. And I've got the other top of the tarp ridge line, just using a tightening hitch. Hammock chair tree hugger is still up, and then the 10th Wonder hammock and bug net. Great bit of kit that is. I think that's going to work well this summer, as you probably saw in Fox's video. When I got bitten, I reacted quite badly to it, so if that prevents anything like that happening again. I've left the straps on the 10th Wonder hammock for the time being, because I'd like to put a footprint down on the floor and use this in its alternative configuration, strung out as almost like a ground dwelling tent with a bug net. And we'll show you that in another video later on at some point. But so I've left the strapping on there so you can peg it out at the corners. I've just used the storm rings that come with the 10th Wonder hammock, and usual, you know, I'm not bothering with whoopee slings and all of that kind of business. I know people like them, but for me this is the way I've always done it, and it works perfectly well. Never had any drips, never had any wet hammocks. I don't know, all these new ways of doing things come along and are pretty good, but I don't know, simplicity just works for me this way. So as you can probably see, I was quite nicely hidden from view. Good little spot this one. I think I'll come back and use this one again. Anyway, back to my coffee. I'll see you in a little while, because I'm going to get on and have a brew. Oh, that's nice. God, that's a bit warm. Nice hot coffee. Oh. It's still a bit chilly this morning. Coffee's not cold though. It's a cracking little cook set, that Gillett Ascent one. Not ideal for me because it's made out of aluminium, not my preferred material of choice. I was after the Stanley Adventure 2-cup cook set, the one with the 2 little plastic cups inside the cooking pot. I saw a video, and the water bottle that I've got apparently fits beautifully into that, and it also nests beautifully into this Tatonka mug. But you can't get hold of those Stanley Adventure cook sets for love nor money in this country. And when I looked into shipping one over from the US, it was going to be something like ridiculous, like $45 just to get a stainless steel pot and 2 plastic cups sent over. So let's say Danny at Journey into Bushcraft did a little video on his cook set not long ago. I asked him if I could have a look at, and he very kindly sent me through some links as well to, you know, give me an idea of what I was looking for. So I did a bit of a search around, and thanks to Danny I managed to find that set for £12, including the delivery. So I've taken the hobo stove out because I just wasn't using the hobo stove anymore. I've got the folding firebox, alright, it's a little bit heavier, but the versatility of the folding firebox over and above a tea or coffee canister with some holes cut in it, there's just no discussion there really. So I'm prepared for a bit of a chilly night. I've got the fleece lined smock on again, excellent bit of kit, really love this thing. Underneath I've just got a old British Norgie top, don't know if you can see that very well, pair of windproof DPM trousers and the brown leather boots. Didn't need anything more than that. It's got a nice hood, this one, as well for the night time. So you know, as well as putting a hat on, I can just chuck this up around me ears, and as much as anything else, it's blocks out some of the sound if you live anywhere near a road or anything like that. Oh, that's good. Bushcraft Show next week. I know a ton of people are going, and it is going to be absolutely amazing to get the chance to catch up with people in person. I'm so looking forward to being able to shake so many hands and say hello. You know, it's great talking to people over private message, and I feel very fortunate enough to be able to speak to a number of people over the phone as well, which is great, just to have a kind of engagement and relationship with people that has extended that far. Fantastic. I guess that'll do for this one. So I'll do a little video on the brew kit, cook kit, and then that'll be it. So see you in the next one. There we go, end of another trip out. Nice little short overnight. Sorry it wasn't much, but to be honest it was more about me. Just getting out and having a chill out for the night than worrying too much about bringing the camera along. But usual rules apply. My hammock was strung between those two trees and the tarp was up there. Usual rules apply, leave no trace. Wasn't going to be leaving much anyway with no fire. To be honest, it looks like the squirrels have left more of a trace than I have. Stealing the farmer's maize, coming in here to eat it. Or the landowner's maize, should I say. There's quite a few of these little cobs around. There's another one. But you know, usual rules apply, leave no trace, and off we go. Off in that direction, back to the car. I'll see you guys in the next one.